Hey Avita, I'm just making this video to make it more clear on how the job's going to work. Once I send this over to you, I'm going to anticipate once you give me the green light that you're ready to start working and recording your time each week. Again, these are the job details and the payout details. So I want to keep this simple in one process. So I'm going to share you on like our customer tool called Airtable. And once you're shared on this, you're going to click on our CRM right here. You're going to go to our CRM community tab, and I'm going to be uploading the project and customer names as well as their URLs on Collaborism that you should be focusing on. So here are 6 focus projects of the week that, just as an example of how this would work. So we'll use the Mealworn Farm. This is a customer that we want to get posting and interacting with the community much more heavily. His name's Sam Glickstein. You could read about his project here. And before we go into him specifically, I'm just going to also be sending you some notes on, our process. The goals here are to, get these customers to be more active in the community. And here are some, there's a variety of tactics on how we're going to do that. So to start off, you want to introduce yourself to these individuals and say, hey, I'm Abita, I'm your official community development leader. I've been appointed by the CEO, Steven, to aid you in all things community. And I want to help you integrate with the Collaborism universe and show you the power of why you should be posting on Collaborism. So that should be your introduction. He may or may not, some of these users I have here point about IP. They may be sensitive to certain ideas. You can always say to them, you don't have to give me all your intellectual property. If you want me to dive deeper, I will sign an NDA, etc. But you're really just here to coach them and walk them through the community posting process. Now, there's going to be a variety of tactics you're using each week to get them to post. It's physically showing them how to post, using these discussion categories on their project, explaining, these individual categories, tasks, tutorials, stories, everything. You can actually create your own tutorial on your profile on Collaborism that explains how to make a post. You can shoot them some examples of, the thousands of discussions on Collaborism that are active and to show them an example of how it works. Really, the real art form here is going to be giving them customized suggestions on what they should be posting about. So, everything is either a question, an idea. A lot of it is all about getting feedback on what you're doing. Sometimes it's also finding beta testers and customers for your products. But, for example, if I was playing your role here, I would introduce myself as Sam, find out more about his project, and come up with 5 or 6 feedback points that could be individual discussions that he can integrate with the community. Maybe it's getting some advice on the design of the machine he's trying to build. Maybe it's getting some advice about market research and prototyping strategy or fundraising strategy or hiring strategies. So everything entrepreneurship, they should be broken down into little posts. And he should, he's doing it a little bit right here. He's talking about the development of his project. He's talking about the automation of his farm, process breakdown. You want to just keep these conversations going. So you can go into existing conversations. As I said, spend some time actually doing some custom research for each of these focus projects. And, hopefully, a week from now, each of these focus projects can be very active, getting more feedback from the community, specifically focusing on individual subtopics and questions and ideas that they need feedback on. There's some other cool things that I think we should also encourage users to do. I think it's awesome to encourage these entrepreneurs to talk to each other. So you should definitely have Sam Glickstein reach out to the founder of Post and Pay or the founder of Costume Parade. That's like a very cool dynamic. You should definitely drop them a message, say, hey Sam, you should take a look at this project. This entrepreneur is going through something similar. Maybe you guys should talk. And you can make that introduction actually more effectively in a public discussion where you can mention the user's name so they all see it and the community sees it. And that's really going to be the gist of it. So we can see how this goes for the next kind of week to get started. You'll start with the focus projects in the CRM. You'll start introducing yourself to these project leaders and customers. And then you're going to start driving forward each day, giving them suggestions and learning material, even research, etc. Now, it's going to be up to you. I'm going to leave it up to your discretion, how aggressive you are. You want to be relatively aggressive. There's no real reason to waste time here. It's all about being polite. If someone doesn't respond to you after you message them 10 times, you can always message them an 11th time and say, hey, I'm not trying to be annoying here, but I really love your project. You can just, when you're nice, you can annoy people. That's really an important part of this process, or business itself, or even life itself. Um, Next is there anything else that I wanted to go over? Right now, I think that's good. We'll continue to push this forward and see how everything goes.